Hey guys, welcome back to the Magical Magikarp, and we're gonna open Perfect Order. I know a lot of guys take a dump on this set. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's the worst set on the planet. If you ask me what's the worst set, it's probably gonna be like Vivid Voltage or Darkness Ablaze or Steam Siege or, you know, any of those super dumpy sets. But in my opinion, it ain't that bad. So let's get to it. All right, guys. So we have a whole bunch of Perfect Order here. And like I said before, I don't think it's that bad.
You sure about that?
I think in comparison to its neighboring sets and predecessors here, yeah, it's not as strong, but it's definitely not a bad set. I haven't really spent that much time looking through the packs. I mean, looking through the card set, but I don't think it's that bad. All right, get a better view of the cards. I'm super excited about, oh, I think there's something back here. I am super excited about the new lottery system. Just a Mega Starmie. Oh gosh, I can't read the screen. Mega Starmie EX. But I am super excited about this new lottery system. Is this going to be the new, how should I say, era of prosperity, where botters or bots aren't able to make a Clefable? Aren't able to snatch up all those PC ETBs? Is this going to be it? I really hope so. Even if I am not able to get every single release that I want, I'll be honest, I haven't been able to buy a Pokemon Center exclusive ETB. Definitely not in the Mega Evolution era. I think the last one I was able to buy online actually was a full art energy recycler. I love it. That looks so cool. That looks really good. You know, anything with a lot of color and it's sparkly, I'm gonna gravitate towards that. Kind of like a donut, right? You got those pink donuts with all them sprinkles on it. That's the first one I'm going to be going for. But yeah, going back to the lottery system. Super excited about that. And I really hope it makes a difference. Yeah, I wasn't able to buy a PC ETB. Gosh. I think... Wow, it's probably been at least a year. At least a year. Alright, we got Esper illustration. It's been at least a year since I was able to buy some, and I don't even remember which set it was. I will say I was able to buy some Destined Rivals ETBs, PC ETBs actually, at Anaheim Worlds in 2025. We were able to get appointment hours for the Pokemon Center. The pop-up that was at Worlds, and I guess we were just lucky with the timing when we showed up. I don't know if you were there, but once you walked into the store, there was like, you know, it's like a little makeshift town when you were inside the store, and there was like this cardboard or fabricated store on the right hand side when you walked in, and they were just handing out Pokemon Center ETBs of Destined Rivals, and you were able to buy them at MSRP. And oh, that's really cool, a full art Wondrous patch. Getting some pretty decent hits. These are all from before I move on to that, I don't want to bounce around too much, but finish that story. But at Worlds, we were able to get one each. I really like that they limited it so that everybody was able to get one, as long as they were still handing them out. And what I didn't like about that experience was the lottery to buy some of the World's exclusives. So plushies were all out there. There were plenty of plushies, and those were great.
For nothing.
But to get, I think at the time, oh, we got Meowth EX. At the time, I think it was a shiny Gyarados figurine. Actually, it was a huge figure. Black Bolt, White Flare, PC ETBs. They were also part of the lottery. Oh god. I'm trying to remember the other exclusives. No, they're Mega Starmie. There were a few other ones. If you were at Worlds, or if you just know off the top of your head, what were the other missing exclusives that you had to get via lottery to be able to even buy? I think the jukebox. Yeah, the jukebox was also lottery. But I know I'm missing one or two. They had the surfboards. They were everywhere. Not a lot of people bought those because if you were flying to Worlds, I would find it very difficult to bring that boogie board either on your flight back home. Ooh, Gengar and a Hunter. And they're both reverse. Salazzle. EX. Yeah, not a lot of people bought boogie boards just because it was super hard to take home and expensive to ship. Alrighty, nothing there. But going back now to the other conversation, which I don't even remember what it was. We're talking about Worlds, talking about PC exclusives, we were talking about the new lottery system. Don't remember. Probably very important too. Probably some like super good tips and advice or lessons learned that you could take with you. Oh, now I remember. So these booster packs, like I said, we're getting pretty good amount of hits. I mean, nothing about illustration rares and higher. We only got one so far. I mean, we do have some hyper rares. Ooh, Spoopa. And a Gengar regular holo. Okay. I firmly believe that if you've been in this hobby, we all know that it's pretty much fixed hits in a booster box. I mean, there are some variation, right? One booster box to the other, another Spoopa. Wonderful. There can be, booster boxes next to each other in a case. Might have a little bit extra hits sometimes, but we all know there seems to be a fixed rate of hits with the amount of packs. My personal experience, if you want the best pack opening experience, is to just go for the build and battle boxes. These are usually at pre-release and unconfirmed, right? This is all just from my own personal experience. I feel like there is a higher hit rate in the build and battle boxes. Crummy thing is that you probably won't be able to get a good amount of these until 2 weeks after the street date of a set. And that's how it always is typically. Build and battle boxes you'll find at pre-releases, at retail stores, and if you're lucky, they'll do 3 pre-releases in a day, maybe a Saturday and a Sunday. And it's 2 weeks before the actual release. But in my personal opinion from attending pre-releases is that I've had a better opening experience with hits, usually in those events. And those packs, are in those build and battle boxes. Another cool thing about build and battle boxes, they usually have non-holo rares that are deck exclusives. You won't be able to find them anywhere else other than a build and battle box. So if you're like a hardcore master set collector in every single set, and you want to collect every single variant to each set, you're going to need some of those deck exclusives. Wow, we haven't hit, you know, I'm like, the words I just said are coming right back to me. I'm like, oh, you have super great hits in building battle boxes, and here I am not getting crap. I still stick to it though. Put me on the record. I still stick that building battle boxes will have better hits than if you were to just go for a booster box or for 3-pack blisters. Remember when this was like Sword and Shield era, I think. There was like a thing floating around that people were saying 3-pack blisters had the best hits, had such high hit rates. And I don't remember which set it was. But whoever, did you believe that? Did you, at the time, just buy cases of 3-pack blisters and go that route? And did you feel like it was legitimately way better hits? I never experienced that. I feel like it's actually worse. 3-pack blisters and single blisters, I feel like it's actually worse when it comes to hits. I think I saw something back there. This is like the 3rd Mega Starmie. Yeah, it's kind of wild what you've been around in the community for a while. The kind of stuff you see on the internet and hear. I don't think any of that was confirmed. Kind of just disappeared like a fart in the wind. Like it never existed. Man.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because
you know, I miss opening cases of Build and Battle. A long time ago, back in my day. Probably 4th Mega Stormy. You were able to buy Build and Battle cases, either of the stadiums or the boxes, for roughly maybe $12. That was the last pack. $12 for a for each box. So that comes out to like $3 a booster pack. And I think everything's now like twice that amount, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, but yeah, everything else is just as expensive, right? Everything else pretty much doubled, if not more. So here we go. Yeah, we end the video with a Chen Pao. So yeah, that's it for this time. And even though we weren't able to get some great hits, we had a Spoopa and an Esper, and I'm personally happy with this energy recycler. But yeah, stick around. We'll do some more openings in the future, and I'll catch you guys next time.